I love to run all alone. At least during the run, I forget all the issues that I had. So it's kind of a therapy for me. Also, at the same time, gradually increasing my endurance, then realize, oh my God, this is something I should pursue. When I am practice, especially all alone, I visualize myself while crossing the finishing line. I visualize myself. I always do the self-positive talks. That's why when I had to run long distance, because that self-positive talk really helped me.
Welcome to RunPlayGo-Unfiltered, where we speak to real athletes with real grit. I'm Shivani Singh, and today I'm thrilled to have on the show someone who defines what mental endurance truly looks like. 8 years ago, Larry couldn't match the energy of his 3-year-old daughter. Today, he's a multiple-time ultra finisher, an Ironman athlete, a 30-hour backyard ultra champion, and someone who represented India on the world stage. He's humble, disciplined, and often called the god of running by his peers. Let's uncover the mindset behind the miles with Larry. This conversation dives into how he has built his inner game, what drives him, and the discipline that earns him the title God of Running. Let's go. Laishram Singh and Larry to us. Welcome to the show. I'm so happy and excited to have you with us today, Larry. From the roads that we run in the morning so many times together to this conversation, it feels almost like destiny that we were meant to have this conversation.
Thank you so much. And it's such a privilege to be invited. And it's one of my dreams to give interview. And out of nowhere, I got that privilege. So thank you so much, Shivani, for inviting me for this conversation.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to dive in. As you know, we call you God of Running. I want to understand the story behind it. I know some details, but we would like to unravel more nuggets and some of the hidden, unfiltered side of Larry today on the show.
People call so and people believe so, which actually I am not. So when it comes to mental strength, yes, I'm not that great, but I'm not that bad also.
Actually, mental resilience is what we have known you for, Larry. By taking up the kind of challenges that you have taken, and we will speak more about that on the show. All the runs that you have ever participated in. It's a story of inspiration for not just a beginner or not just an intermediate runner, but a lot of runners who are at the top of their game. So Larry, to roll the things, tell me, take us back to the time when you decided, you told me about your obesity and the journey from obesity to fitness and then to where you are today. Tell me back to the moment when you decided that, this is what you wanted to do.
I participated up to state level swimming. I was very much involved in swimming, running in my school days as a class 9, 10, 11. And then I came to Delhi for higher studies, and then I didn't run much. I got married, I settled down. When my daughters were almost 2 years old, we were playing in the park, and the kids are extremely, they are very fit.
Yeah.
They run, crawl. Then I tried to follow her, and I couldn't do so, and I was not able to match up the energy level that my daughter was having.
Yes.
And then I realized this is not the way. I want to lead my daughter.
Yeah.
I should lead myself as an example to inspire
Absolutely.
her. And someday down the road, many years down the road, she should remember, my papa used to take me for a run, take me for any form of exercises. So that really triggered. And then I started slowly, gradually from that moment.
It's so amazing that you say this, because in my case, my running journey when I was probably 10-year-old was initiated by my father as well. And, till date, it's after so many decades, I think running has stayed with me and it's never gone away because of what got initiated at that point in time. So he was the trigger.
Amazing.
And you're saying exactly the same thing. So Larry, tell me what did those initial months of running, when you just started running, look like for you? When you were trying to get into the fitness mode and you decided that you want to be a runner now.
So, the experience was horrible, to say the least. So With my height, I was almost 81, 82 kg, and then I'm just 5'5" around. I look like a football or the drum, I must say. And then I was so heavy, and when I started, I couldn't even run 500 meters properly. And then I was gasping for breath and so much difficulties initially. And it was horrible to say the least. Amazing experience it was.
What was the point when you realized that running was just not about fitness any longer and it was something deeper?
Initially, I faced a lot of struggles, a lot of difficulties. Not having enough endurance, stamina. When you do things consistently on daily basis, by default you become stronger.
Correct.
So I started enjoying the running and becoming stronger day by day.
Yeah.
And also I realized that we all have issues in life, professional, personal, but while I was running, I was not feeling all those issues. Momentarily though, yes, it comes back once you go back to the home, but at least during the run,
absolutely.
I forget all the issues that I had. So it's kind of a therapy for me.
Absolutely.
And then also at the same time, gradually increasing my endurance, then realize, oh my God, this is something I should pursue.
Correct. So many conversations I've had with various athletes who've come on the show. This one thing always comes back, that running is like you said, therapy, or it's like meditation. So I think this is one common thing which cuts across most of the athletes I've met. So, speaking about this, the endurance mindset. I know the runs that you have done, but for our audience, would you like to mention which were some of your absolute favorite runs, the endurance runs that you've done?
Let me share 2-3 events which I really enjoyed. At the same time, I gave it all. Let me start from the first. The third one is India Backyard Ultra, when I ran 30 hours and personally becoming the winner in 2023 edition.
Correct.
So I ran 30 hours and then I gave it all. But I was absolutely tired by 25th hours. But I didn't show that externally. People used to believe that nothing is happening to Larry. He can run many hours. But that wasn't the case.
Correct.
Deep inside, it was all exhausted. But your ability to enjoy the pain. So that is one event. Second event which I really enjoyed, that was border 100 miles. There was amazing run, and last 40-50 kilometers was little tough because sun came out and then you ran in the desert. So I almost gave it all. The last 10-20 kilometers I speed up also. And the number one top list is the Solang Sky Trail. The
border run, there's a reason why it's called the Hell Run as well. Given those, the terrain and the weather conditions and all of that. It's 160 kilometers, which is 100 miles, is
weather was very harsh. At night it was freezing cold. Sun came out
flips.
And then you started feeling hot like anything. And then dehydrated very easily. So, and then the last one, which I considered probably the most difficult event so far in my life, and I got DNF too in that event. So Solang Sky Trail, 100 kilometers, I got DNF at 70 kilometer mark. That time I was very fit, I must say that. I thought I was invincible.
Correct.
I thought I would be able to cover that 100 kilometers within 30 hours. But I couldn't do so because those huge mountains at Solang really grounded me, really humbled me.
And the altitude.
Yes, 7,000, almost 7,000 meters elevation. The incessant rain at night, snow falling at the Bugri Lake. Oh my God! So that was very, very tough, and I have to hang my boot at around 70 kilometer mark, and so
it's really the man against the wild.
Yes, against the wild. And one very moment which I love to share, that was when I was about to reach the Bugri Lake, and the huge mountain was in front of me. I was such a tiny creature.
Correct.
I realized, oh my God, this nature is amazing, and we are nothing in front of those huge mountains.
What a small space we occupy. When you go into nature and situations like this, it's like we spoke about meditation earlier. This is, I think, the next level of realization like that. So, and you know, what I love is that how easily and how simply you talk about these events. These are some of the toughest challenges that the country has to offer. And you have just gone and done them all. And you speak about them as if, you know, it's something that's ordinarily done by everyone. But I understand the challenge and the grit that's required to be complete, not just complete, to stand at the starting line of these events. Tell me, Larry, since we've spoken so much about these humongous endurance events that you have been regularly participating in, how do you mentally prepare for these absolutely ultra endurance events?
I think that's...
And you know, something like what you mentioned, 30 hours backyard ultra. To be able to sustain and continue with that, what's the mindset?
I think that's a very good question and a very important aspect in order to become a very good ultra runner. So what I prepare leading up to such event, I always, when I am practice, especially all alone, visualize myself while crossing the finishing line. I visualize myself, I always do the self-positive talks. That's why when I have to run long distance, I don't want anyone's, I love to run all alone because that self-positive talk really helped me. And visualizing those crossing the finishing line, just trying to convince myself, if someone from other part of the world has run more than 30 hours, 40 hours, why can't I? I have the same, like I have 2 hands, 2 feet, and then I'm normal. If that person did, I don't have any reason why I should not be able to do so.
It's like in your lonely moments is when you really dig deeper. That's where the never say die spirit comes out from. A lot of people ask me as well. So I do a lot of solo running. A lot of people ask me as well that, you know, don't you get bored? You know, these long distances that you, mostly training runs that you do, then you know, don't you want to run with a group and all of that? So there is I love the group runs. There is a lot of value in that. But like you said earlier, you know, when you are on your own, it's you and your own headspace. So that's something, and I feel that, you know, as an athlete, that's where the character is built.
I think that's very good, very nice school of thought.
When you're doing these extremely long runs like Solang 160 at border, so there are those dark hours as well, you know, when your body is sort of saying I'm done, and your mind is saying that, you know, we have to absolutely go and finish it. So you know, when there is fatigue and there is pain at times and all of that, what keeps you going mentally?
Again, I mean, that's such a lovely question, because many of the runners with you know, they give up while they're about to reach the target. They give up. Yes, obviously running such long distance will make everyone tired. As I always say that, you know, the most ingredient part to become an ultra runner is your ability to enjoy the pain, your ability to convert the pain into positive mindset. So when I am at those darkest hours, my body is saying, give up, enough of running, what the hell you are doing? Then I convince myself, oh, now that is the moment I should start the kind of enjoyment. And so I to follow that, but over a period of time, when someone can try that, and then when you are able to enjoy those kind of pain, and then you will be able to achieve anything, everything in life.
So that's the winner's mindset. And I think this is the differentiator. When the pain threshold kicks in, that's when you actually kick into your resilience. That's what I'm hearing from you. So tell me, Larry, are there any, you spoke about this earlier that, you know, I am doing a lot of self-talk and it's almost like you're manifesting yourself at the finish line. So are there any affirmations or, you know, there's some mental routines that you routinely follow and that keep you going at that point when most of the people would stop?
Like a runner who is absolutely tired after covering many distances, and they give up mentally first. But in actuality, that person has still physical endurance to keep on going, to keep on running. I always try to convince myself that, oh, though my mind is saying to give up, but my physical strength is still there to keep on going, to cross the finishing line. So that very thought process, you know, made me able to complete the long distances.
You know, now speaking about some of the protocols, because you don't just run these long distances, you ace them. right? So in terms of things like nutrition, for example, what's your day-to-day nutrition strategy? These are not your ordinary runs. So to fuel these runs, what's your nutrition game?
I do not eat any extravagant like say, nutritions. All I do is the basic things, like yes, someone has to cover certain amount of carbohydrate.
Yes.
Along to get the energy, then protein supplements to repair the wear and tear muscles, and then the most important aspect, the electrolyte part, and lastly the good fat. So carbohydrate, since I'm from Northeast, we only eat rice over there.
Correct.
So like I would love to have rice along with chicken curry, dal, and then so while I'm taking chicken curry and dal, that supplements the protein part also. And then this good fat, like I consume nuts, avocado, like almost on everyday basis. And then yes, as per the weather, the amount of running I have done, accordingly I consume the amount of water and the electrolytes also.
Correct.
So it's just the basic things I follow.
There's no killer formula that you follow, that this is the trick and this is the, this is what the menu list looks like for Larry to be able to do all of that. It's all homemade, it's all good, regular, simple food with the right mix of protein, carbs and fats. And on the race day, Larry, how does it work? So, to be running those distances, there are things that we do, for example, gels, but for a distance or for a time like that, 30 hours, you can't sustain on that.
Right.
So is it real food versus gels? So what about the hydration part? And so much more that goes into finishing the run on the race day.
When you run 21 or 42 kilometers, yes, you can absolutely rely upon gels only. But when you have to run 100 kilometers and more than 100 kilometers, gel alone cannot work. And then also at the same time, solid food, you need a lot of time to chew, to eat, to grab the thing. I personally followed the combination of both solid food and the gels. So by doing so, you kill the boredom also. Correct. And then gels, you keep how much gel you can have in a run, 4, 5, 6. Then you, as out of nowhere, you started having boiled sweet potatoes and then some chips, chocolate bar, energy bar in solid food. Those really help. Electrolyte part, which is very essential because electrolyte imbalance will absolutely finish you before you actually crossing the finishing line. Amount of electrolyte that I take, mostly, I mean, these days, a lot of electrolyte capsules, which is also known as salt capsules. As per the weather, I take more, but on an average, if I take 1 tablet per hour during the long distance, that is more than sufficient. Too hot and you are sweating a lot, but for the people like me, this amount of sweat that I have, 1 tablet is more than sufficient.
Correct.
And then those combination of solid food along with gels. So it says 200 to 300 calories are required in order to sustain your long distance running. But very important aspect, you can't start having those kind of calories after 2-3 hours. You have to have them right from the beginning. That's how the body engine will go on smoothly. I always give the example to my friends. You buy a Lamborghini, but you don't put fuel in that car. Then I always say my Alto 800 is far more better. If I put fuel in that, I can drive.
Absolutely.
But without fuel, your Lamborghini will just lie over there. That can't be moved. So proper and the consistent fueling in order to run, in order to complete the long distance is essential part.
Thank you so much for that, because we all know about this in bits and pieces, but I loved the part where you said that you have to get it right from the first kilometer itself. Not after the 30th kilometer, because that's when you start feeling depleted. But you have to know from the first kilometer itself what you're going to be eating, at what point you're going to be eating, so that your body doesn't go into the starvation mode at all. And also the salts in this, right? So hydration, but then the electrolytes that you lose from your body. So salt replenishment is also very large.
That has to replenish the lost sweats.
Correct.
Or all those required minerals. I observe some of the runners, but while you are running ultras like 50, 60, 70 kilometers, it happened with me also. At times, you feel like, oh, I'm not feeling hungry, I'm okay,
Correct.
I'll continue like this. Oh, I'll take the hydration,
Yes.
nutrition
Yes.
in the next stoppage,
Yes.
which is very bad because, as I said, consistent amount of hydration and nutrition is essential to be able to complete that amount, that distance, 160 kilometers, 200 or whatever.
I think all of us have made these mistakes at some point in time, where just a little gap in either the fueling or hydration or even salts at times has completely spoiled the run for us. Apart from that, Larry, what about the post-race? What's your immediate protocol when you finish one of these very large runs to ensure that you have complete muscle recovery as well as there is no inflammation which comes in right after the run?
Yes. Initially, like at the beginning of my running career, I did not give enough rest after an event. I mean, men are always greedy by nature. You finish an event after 2-3 days.
And you're on a high.
Yes, on a high. Your friends are calling you, your friends are appreciating you. And then you imagine yourself, oh my God, I'm superhuman. Let me go down and run with them. That is one of the biggest mistakes people do make. So what I do at this point of time, I give enough rest. Like if I did 100 miles or above 100 miles, I give the rest for 15 days non-stop. While taking rest, I make sure that I eat the proper amount of carbohydrate, protein and electrolytes. I do that at the same time, and then you don't do running, dynamic stretching, and then the hip movements and all, the ankles. So I do that during those time of recovery.
So yoga plays a very large role at that point in time. So Larry, tell me something about your strength strategy, your focus areas, your frequency, your intensity, because the kind of runs that you do would require a lot of deep strength.
Most of the runners ignore the strength part. And
me including.
I must be honest, I'm one of them too. I don't do stand-alone strength training. Like out of 5 days, out of 7 days, 1 or 2 days, you just do the strength training. I do not follow the regime. What I do, like right from the time I started running, every time I go out for running and come back to the society park, I make sure that I do basic strength training. Like say, for the upper part of body, I do plank, I do push-up, and I do chin-up. These 3 things, I make sure that I do 2-3 repetitions. And then, like for the lower part of the body, I do lunges, I do simple squat. So that's how I maintain my physical strength. So I do not go to a gym just to do strength training. I do not lift weight. Yes, ideally one should. I must advise one should do that. Maybe someday down the road I'll start doing that too. But like as I said, I most of the things I do the basic things only. It's working for me so far.
So you are, I must also say that you are genetically gifted as well, I guess. That's maybe for regular runners like us, to be able to sustain even a full marathon, we require a lot of strength training to go hand in hand with our running practice. And mitochondria is responsible for your endurance ability. So you may say that endurance DNA in your body is given by the mitochondria, and mitochondria is directly derived from your mother. The relation is that our endurance comes from our mothers, right? So in your case, you should be thanking your mom for that. Thank you so much. And so much more.
So much more. Run, play, go.